One. All right, we are recording. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Abel Prieto, coming to you live from Miami, Florida, with our English partner training. And I've got a brief message for you. I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know it's the holiday season. I know you guys are focused on closing your December Incruises business out with a lot of force and a lot of strength, so that you can head into 2025. It's incredible. 2024 is almost over. And today I want to give you a few tips that'll help you grow your business as we go into a new year. And, you know, one of the things that I realize as an entrepreneur who's been doing this for over 20 years, I haven't had a job in 20 years. The last time I had a job, I was 20 years old. So actually 28 years, I'm 48 years old. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm 48. In my journey as an entrepreneur, I've always been able to learn from other people. They say a dumb person doesn't learn from their mistakes. A smart person learns from their mistakes, but a wise person learns from the mistakes of others. And I would add to that, learns from the mistakes and experiences of others. And I've always been able to focus on certain little things that have really been able to put me in the situation that I'm in now, which I'm nowhere near being finished. I am still focused. I want to grow just like you. I want to get better just like you. I want to succeed more just like you. You know, one of my, if you look at my Instagram page, one of the things that it says at the very top of my profile is always grateful, but never satisfied. You see, you got to keep that balance. I think that's maybe the first tip I want to give to you. Or the second tip, I already told you to learn from the mistakes and experiences of others. Tip number 2, always be grateful. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for where you've gotten, whatever success you've accomplished in your life, whether it be a big success like some of us have, or maybe small successes. You always got to be grateful. Be grateful, right? You got to have an attitude of gratitude. It's one of the key ingredients to living a happy life, to living a satisfying life, to living a successful life, is you got to be grateful for what you have. I'm always grateful. I mean, I'm a kid that was born in Cuba, grew up in Miami, Florida, with parents that gave me love, gave me a great upbringing, but, they didn't have a lot. They didn't give me money. They didn't give me riches. They didn't give me wealth. And to be where I'm at now, where I'm traveling all the time, I've got a great place here in Miami. I've got a beautiful car. I've got a beautiful family. I've got, my mom. I've got my brothers, and I've got a place in Mallorca, and I travel, and I have a great team and a great business. I'm always grateful. And I'm never satisfied. You see, I'm grateful for the opportunity to go get more. So I want you to have that in your life, to be always grateful but never satisfied. But as we close a year and go into a new year, I think it's important that we do certain things. These are certain things that I believe that if you focus on now, as you close 2024 and you go into 2025, it can really take your business to the next level. And it comes first, first I want to talk to you about kind of letting go. I want to talk to you about letting go. I want to talk to you about letting go of the past. I want to talk to you about letting go of your mistakes. I want to talk to you about letting go of your failures. And I want you to remember this. Number 1, this is my first official tip for you, my first official thought or theory that I've been able to use in my life. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. See, I heard that years ago. When I heard that, it really touched me. Pain is inevitable. We're all going to feel pain. I can stump my foot against this chair. I can fall down on my way to the bedroom. I can burn myself with the oven or with the stovetop. Pain is inevitable. It's life. Things happen, But suffering is a choice. You see, I want to ask you to not suffer. You're going to experience pain, but you don't need to suffer. You don't need to suffer. You need to forgive yourself. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. I want you to let go of the mistakes. I want you to let go of your past. I want you to forgive yourself. I don't want you to sit there and maybe some of you, and I know some of you here, are having great success. Some of you just recently got promoted to new ranks, or some of you I'm seeing, recently hit membership free. Some of you went above and beyond that rank onto the next rank. Some of you are making money. Some of you aren't yet. And for those of you who are holding on to that, I want you to let go of the past and say, you know what? Pain is inevitable. It's okay to feel that pain. It's okay. One of the things that Frank Odina taught me, my mentor, my coach, my big brother in the world of business, my friend, was what was it he taught me? I lost my train of thought. He said, Abel, the best way you learn how to do something is by doing it. Because, maybe you're like me, or maybe you're like some people where you want to learn everything first before you go out because you don't want to feel pain. You don't want to make mistakes. But I remember Frank Odina telling me, hey, Abel, listen, it's okay to make mistakes. The best way to learn something is by doing it. So, for example, you go give a presentation, right? And maybe you don't feel like you're ready to give a great presentation. Maybe you feel like you need to know more, you need to learn more, you need to be more, you need to have more. Maybe you feel like you still need your upline support. But Frank Odina said to me, man, you got to do it anyway. You got to do it anyway. You got to feel scared and do it anyway. If you can't overcome the fear, do it scared, and you'll see that you'll eliminate that fear. And he says, because Abel, when you do a presentation and maybe someone asks you a question that you don't know the answer to, and it still happens to me sometimes. It's rare because I know most of the answers. But he said, Abel, if you give a presentation, they say something and you don't know what to say, and you miss that sale or you miss that recruit, and you're not able to close and you feel that pain, that's good. Because now you come back and you say, man, I don't want that to happen again. And then you make adjustments and you learn. See, you either win or you learn. It's not win or fail. It's win or learn. Everything is a learning experience. And he said, when you feel that pain, you feel it. You say, I don't want to feel that pain anymore. So it forces you to get better. And then you find the answer to the question you didn't have the answer to. And you find the information. You become a student of your business and you get better. And then you put yourself in that situation again, because you choose to take action, because the only way to learn to do something is by doing it, because you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start in order to be great. And then you go out there again, and then you answer the question, you overcome the objection, you get better. That's the way you get better. So pain is inevitable. We're going to feel that pain. In your In-Cruises business, you're going to feel pain. It could be your best guy or girl is going to quit on you. It could be, an appointment didn't go through. It could be a cancellation. It could be you planned a meeting and you expected 20, 30 people there and only 2 or 3 people show up. It could be a teammate asking you for something and you don't know the answer to, and you feel bad or you look bad in front of your team. It could be you do a presentation and it doesn't go as well as you imagine, or you do a webinar and it doesn't go as well. That pain is good. That pain is inevitable. But suffering is a choice. You see, suffering is a choice you and I make. You don't have to suffer. You need to learn from the pain and grow from the pain. Number 2, stop believing the lies. Stop believing the lies that you heard in 2024. And I'm not talking to you about the lies that your team has said to you, or maybe, a prospect said to you, or your family or your friends or your spouse or your coworker telling you maybe, you don't got what it takes. You're not good enough. You're not strong enough. You're not smart enough. Those lies are bad enough. Stop believing the lies you tell yourself. The lies I used to tell myself, where I said, I'm not good enough. I don't come from money. I don't have anyone in my family that's successful. Why am I going to become successful? I'm not smart enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not courageous enough. I'm not, I don't have what it takes. I'm scared. I live in fear. Those are all lies. Stop telling the lies that you told yourself in 2024. Stop believing those lies. It's enough that the world lies to you. Stop lying to yourself. You've got what it takes. You are good enough. You are strong enough. You are smart enough. You are a great prospector. You are a great presenter. You are a great closer. You are a great team building. You are a great leader. Stop believing the lies. Number 3, remember this. Failure is success in progress. Failure is success in progress. And you know what? If you had a great 2024 and you're accomplishing all your goals and dreams and you're feeling great about life, then maybe I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the guy or the girl. Yeah, you know who you are. That you're not achieving your goals and dreams. Maybe you didn't hit the ranks that you thought you'd achieve. You started 2024 with great dreams and ambitions and aspirations and things you wanted to accomplish, and maybe you're not there yet and you're feeling that pain. You can feel the pain, but no need to suffer. You don't need to suffer. Remember, pain is inevitable, but suffering is a choice. Remember, failure is nothing but success and progress. That's all it is. Frank Coldino went through it. Michael Hutchison went through it. I mean, have you heard their stories? I mean, they failed over and over and over and over and over again. Frank Coldino and I were in the same business for over 20 years. We decided to leave that business to launch another company before InCruises. You got to understand, listen to me. I put it all aside. That business, the only thing that I knew how to do since I was a 20-year-old punk kid entrepreneur, it was in financial services, building financial services teams. You know, in that industry, I knew the product. I knew the compensation plan like the back of my hand. I had connections within the company. The company knew me. I left all of that. Frank left that all. And a small group of us launched another company. And you know what happened? It failed. So imagine I'm leaving this business where everyone knows I'm successful in to start something else. People are like, man, what's Abel up to? It must be good. And it fails. After 2 years, it went like this and then it went like this. But because of the lessons we learned from that failure, we were able to create the technology, the back office, the connections, the relationships, including Hutch. We met Michael Hutchison through that opportunity. And then later we launched InCruises. Could you imagine if Frank had said, hey, you know what? We gave it a shot, man. You know what? Let's just go back to what we were doing before. You and I wouldn't be here right now. See, failure is success in progress. That's all it is. Failure is actually success in progress. So keep that in mind. When things don't go as planned, don't worry. Just keep telling yourself, failure is success in progress. Number 4, if your thinking is stinking, your dreams, your team, and your business is shrinking. I want to repeat that for you. I know it's a tongue twister. If your thinking is stinking, if you got stinking thinking, then your dreams, your team, and your business is shrinking. So you can't have stinking thinking. What's stinking thinking? Where you focus on the negative, where you focus on your failures instead of focusing on your wins, big or small. When you look for the negative in people, you know what stinking thinking is. I want to encourage you as you close out your 2024 to eliminate stinking thinking from your head. Because if your thinking is stinking, your dreams, your team, and your business is shrinking. I look at people all the time. They've got all the talent in the world. They've got all the potential, but they can't control the way they think. They get hit and they stay down way too long. Their reboundability is way too long. I'm telling you, man, you got to control the way you think. You got to guard yourself from negative thinking. Number 5, remember this. You drown not by falling in the river, but by staying submerged in it. I want to repeat that for you. I was pretty deep. Again, I didn't come up with that when I heard it a while back. You guys with me? You guys with me? Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Send me some hearts. You know, you guys know you can send me some emojis, right? To give me some positive feedback, right? Put a 5. Put a 5 in the chat here. I know that you're listening to me. Grace is listening to me. She's got a 5 up on the chat. All right, Grace says, no, Grace, you're incredible. Miguel Montero gives me a 5. All right, Shelly's giving me a 5. Shelly's here, right? We got people from all parts of the world. Miguel's on fire, man. You want Miguel, bro, you're the man, bro. You're the man. I know you're going for senior marketing director, baby. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right? If you want people to come watch you burn, set yourself on fire, baby. So, all right, so you guys are paying attention. You don't drown by falling in the river. You drown by staying submerged in it. Why am I telling you this as we close a year and go into a brand new year? Because we got to let go of the past. You see, failure is going to happen. You are going to fail. I already told you success is nothing more than failure and progress. See, you're going to get hit. You're going to get knocked down. You're going to feel bad. You're going to have moments where you're going to doubt yourself. You're going to doubt the company. You're going to doubt the product. You're going to doubt the industry. You're going to doubt your abilities. And that's okay. That's called getting hit. See, you fell in the river. You fell in the river. Oh, man. You fell in the river. But guess what? You know how to swim. You don't drown by falling in the river. You drown by staying submerged in the river. Come out, man. Don't stay submerged in the river. Remember, pain is inevitable. Pain is inevitable. But suffering is a choice. Number 6, winning has nothing to do with how you feel, but everything to do with what you do when you don't feel like it. Man, if I can point at one thing that has given me success and has given me failure, is that ability right there. Is remembering that winning has nothing to do with how you feel. I talk to people all the time. It's like, well, I haven't really felt great. I've been a little bit down. You got to win anyway, man. You got to win. Life isn't going to wait for you to feel good so that then you can go take the correct actions to be able to succeed. Winning has nothing to do with how you feel. I don't care what book you read that told you that. I don't care what guru you went to. I don't care how much yoga you did. I don't care how much meditation you practice, mindfulness and being present. You're not always going to feel like doing it. See, winning has nothing to do with how you feel, but everything to do with what you do when you don't feel like it. You see, whenever I've forced myself into action, when I didn't feel like it, that's when I got great results. And then when I got great results, I felt great. And I said, wow, I can do this. I can overcome my emotions. I was feeling like crap. I didn't feel like making that call. I didn't feel like going to that meeting or going to that webinar or going to that training, but I went anyway. I made it happen. And then I felt good. And when you feel good, then now it's a little easier to do the right things, right? But it's what you do when you don't feel like it that makes the difference. If you can control those moments, those instances, life is nothing but a flicker. It's little moments in your life where you're supposed to do something and you don't feel like it, but you do it anyway. Then you start creating habits. And then your habits take you to take certain actions. And your actions determine your life. Remember that winning has nothing to do with how you feel, but everything to do with what you do when you don't feel like it. Whenever I failed in life, is because I went extended periods of times, days, weeks, or months, where I let my feelings control my actions. Not if you're a winner. Number 7. Let me ask you a question. What's the story you keep telling yourself? What's the story you keep telling people? What's your story? See, sales, marketing, building a business, building teams is nothing more than storytelling. You got to tell great stories. You got to tell great stories. See, some of you don't like your story. Some of you, maybe you've been around a couple of years, you still don't have success. And you're like, oh, how can I recruit people? How can I build a business? And they're going to ask me, oh, well, what rank are you at? You've been in the business 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and I'm not even a marketing director. Or maybe I'm stuck at marketing director. And you're like, change your story. You can change your story right away based on the actions you take today. Just a few months ago, I was talking to a guy, and he's like, well, Abel, I've been in the business like 3 years and I'm still not even a marketing director. And I said, well, first of all, look, it took Antonio Martinez, the greatest leader in the company, right? Numbers wise, financially, it took him 10 months to become a marketing director. So don't feel that bad, okay? Most people are not overnight success stories. But so I don't know, when I present to people, I said, but you've been a member, right? Yeah, I've been a member. You've been on a couple cruises, right? Yeah, I've been on a couple cruises. That's your new story. See, instead of telling someone, hey, look, I've been here 4 years and I've been in and out and focused and unfocused and but now I'm really going to try. You want to follow me? Ain't nobody going to follow you. Just tell people, change your story, change it up a bit. Hey, I've known about the company for 4 years, but just recently I decided to start building my business. I've been a happy customer for 4 years. I've been a happy member. I've been analyzing, looking, making sure they were the real deal. And now I know they are. So now I'm focused. I'm working with my upline. I'm working with one of the greatest teams in the whole company. And now I want you to take a look at this because I already did all the analyzing for you. I already did all. Change your story. Number 8. It's not about loving what you do. It's about loving the opportunity. I hear it all the time. Man, you know what? Most of these people that write books, most of them never done anything. I like reading books from people that have done what they're writing about. Some people are just professional authors and never done anything, right? But And some of these people say, oh, you got to love what you do. You got to love what you do. Hey, you know what? What I love being at the beach. Right now, I love being at the beach more than I love being on this webinar. I just came from a networking event in Coral Gables, Florida, about 45 minutes from me with traffic, 30 minutes without traffic, close to downtown Miami. One of my favorite places in Miami, Coral Gables, look it up. It's just beautiful, just very Spanish-like architecture, high-end homes, beautiful apartments. And I was invited by my neighbor who's, she's a coach and she's a speaker, and they're good friends of mine. And she was a keynote speaker at this, Chamber of Commerce event. And I went to this Chamber of Commerce event, and it reminded me something that I shared with you last week, that no matter where I go in the world, there are people out there that are looking to win. There are people looking for an opportunity. There are, people that are winners, man. I saw a bunch of, it was like a women's and Chamber of Commerce thing, but they invited men in, and a bunch of women, powerful women that are there. And I don't know, maybe some of them are faking it till they make it. Maybe some of them are not happy doing what they're doing, but they're there. They're networking. They paid their fee. We had lunch. There was a couple speakers. We're networking before and after, getting business cards. No matter where I go in the world, whether it's Mallorca, Bulgaria, Montenegro, Barcelona, or Miami, people want to win. But a lot of these people that write these books, and it's, oh, you got to love what you do. Hey, look, I told you, I love being at the beach. You know what I love? I love being with my children. I don't want to go to the networking event. I don't want to drive over there, spend money, time, gas, pay to get in, talk to a bunch of people I don't know. That's uncomfortable for me. It really is. People say, oh, Abel, but you're such a people person. No, it's uncomfortable. I force myself to take certain actions. Don't think you got to be a people person. I'm naturally more of a shy person. I was there not because I love what I do, because I love the opportunity that I have. The opportunity to go change my life and change the life of others. I love the opportunity that I have to make money. I love the opportunity that I have to build a business. I love the opportunity that I have. I didn't want to be at the Chamber of Commerce meeting. I didn't want to rush back here. I rushed back here, got things ready. I'm like, oh shit, what do I talk about? Okay, I got some notes together. I went through some, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk to them about this. I don't love that, but I love the opportunity that I have to go change my and my family's life. You don't have to love what you do. You got to love the opportunity. Number 9, to do the impossible, you must see the invisible. See, Frank Codina saw the invisible, and that's why he was able to do the impossible. Through the pandemic, launching a new company. You understand how many new companies get launched every day in the world that fail? It happened to us. We had the greatest concept, the greatest thing, and it just didn't work. You know how many companies in network marketing, you know how hard it is to launch a network marketing company? And he did it. You know how hard it is to make it through a year, 2 years? And he did it. You know how hard it was for a brand new network marketing company to make it through the pandemic, and you're in the travel business? But he did it. You know how hard it is to build a global business? But he did it. Why? Because Frank Codina saw the invisible, which allowed him to do the impossible. See, many people will tell you that it's impossible for you to go succeed and build a business at In-Cruises. But if you see the invisible, if you envision your success, if you see that team of people, they're not even in your team yet, but you see them, you picture yourself, you envision people building a business with you, you envision yourself getting promoted, you envision yourself getting, recognized on stage, you envision yourself doing a meeting to dozens and then hundreds and then thousands of people, and you see the invisible, then you're going to be able to do the impossible. That's what Frank Codina and Hutch did. That's what I've had to do. I remember when Frank Codina, with that first company that we were a part of, and I'll end with one more tip. I'll give you 10 tips today. I remember when he left the US to go open up that company in Spain, the financial services company. He was one of the founders in Spain, which is how we met Jonathan, which is how we started growing through Spain so much, because of the connections that he had made. See, Frank Codina was chosen by that company that I was working with him for 20 years, over 20 years, to go open up in Spain. That company was only in the US and Canada. They said, we want to go to Europe, Spain is the country. He went over there and he worked like a maniac for like 4 or 5 years. And he had some success for a while. And then he still had me in Miami with my team making him money in Spain, and we're growing here, but he was out there to build a business. And he did well for a while, but guess what happened? After a few years, the company, which was part of Citigroup, see, you got to tell stories. That company was part of Citigroup, Citibank. Citigroup, this is back in, when the financial crisis and all that stuff happened. Citigroup said, man, we're in trouble. Just like a lot of the big banks were. So our company didn't want to be a part of Citigroup anymore, so they developed a way to leave that company and become a publicly traded stock on the New York Stock Exchange outside of Citigroup. But guess what? One of the deals that Citigroup and that company had to make was, if we do this, if we let you guys leave Citigroup so that you can be on your own, and we'll make money, right? Because we're going to make money on that. We got to close down the Spain business. That's where Frank was at. So they closed his business down in Spain. That's when Jonathan was about to hit one of the bigger ranks in that company. They closed it down. He came back to Miami and had to rebuild here. And then years later, we left. And then now we are here within Cruises. You see, I remember when he went to Spain, he said to me, Abel, I don't know who's going to join my business, but I swear to you, it's like, I feel like it was just yesterday that him and Marcella, his wife, said to me, it's exciting to know that there are people that are going to be joining our business. And we don't even know them yet. Like, we haven't spoken to them. We haven't prospected them. We haven't presented to, but they saw the invisible. That's what you got to do. To do the impossible, you have to see the invisible. And number 10, as we close out 2024, we've got a couple more trainings left in this year, and we start, because man, I want nothing more than for you to have a great 2025. But for you to have a great 2025, you got to start working on your mindset and your actions now, not January 1st. It's incredible. People make all these New Year's resolutions, right? We all do. It's good. It's not a bad thing. But I want to change my life, this year. I'm really going to do it this time, coach. I'm really going to do it. And then January 1st comes along and they're like, no, but that's New Year's Day. That's an off day. They're already starting their new year on January 2nd. They're already procrastinating. It's crazy, right? Don't do that. You got to start now. You got to start changing your mindset and your actions right now. Number 10. Always remember, keep it simple. The number one ingredient you and I need. The way I've been able to build momentum in my business, whether it's at the end of the year, the beginning of a year, the beginning of a week, or the beginning of the month, the best way you can build momentum in your business, which I know you want to, because that's what it takes. Eventually, you got to get to a point in your business, unless you just want to stay like this or go down, you got to build momentum. Big Mo, we call it. Big Mo, momentum, movimiento, momentum. See, Big Mo is hard to achieve and very easy to lose. But you got to build momentum. The best way to build momentum is go get yourself a brand new director that is excited about the business, that wants to put you in front of presentations, that wants to do meetings, that's going to ask you stupid questions, that's going to test your patience day in and day out. Because the most important thing that you and I can do is lead by example, get wide so we can build depth. The way you build momentum in your business, the secret ingredient to building a great business is a brand new excited recruit that makes his or her list, that you qualify with them, that you make phone calls, send messages with them, that is excited about getting online and using social media, that starts making mistakes and getting better. You want to build momentum in 2024's close into 2025? Go get yourself a brand new direct and go do that a few times in 2025. You'll see how your life's going to change. That being said, I love you guys. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow for our Spanish partner training. We've got I forgot her name. What's her name? She's from Spain. I forgot her name right now, but she's a national director with us. A young girl in her early 20s who's a national director. She'll be our guest speaker in tomorrow's Spanish training. Love you guys. Let's go have a great day. Go have a great week. Go have a great December. And let's go have a great 2025.